lit / turn. So what else they say? They say anything else? New cool shit.
We gonna be on fleek.
Everything.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm kind of upset because shout out to the first off, this your man Latour's, aka Mr. Ruggly Handsome, aka Heartthrob Harrison, aka the Commodity. Anyway, I'm kind of upset, disappointed. Really, not upset, but more so disappointed that you got fired, so you can't work on Saturdays no more. But Bryce ain't gonna be there, and it's supposed to be 89 degrees. We give Bryce hell, man. Shout out to the homie Bryce, man. We wish he was up here, but we ain't gonna be able to see Bryce up there in them spandex that he promised he was gonna wear.
I wanted to see him running first base playing kickball.
Hey, all the pictures you in slow motion, nigga. No homo.
I would have too. Every time he kicked the ball, that's how I
boom.
he automatically get on base.
Boom.
Wiggle.
Boom. Look at that ass on that nigga. No homo. Shout out to the squad, man. Like I said, we're gonna have a fantastic day tomorrow. Shout out to everybody who been rocking with us on Suge Week. I'm really thankful for everybody who changed their profile picture. That's some fantastic shit right there. I asked everybody who fuck with my brother and shit to change their profile picture this week, and they did that shit, and I was overwhelmed by the response to it, and I was really appreciative. Like we were saying, on a lighter note, Bo got fired, and he said it was on his lunch break.
I didn't even make it to lunch. It was my coffee break. Do they still get coffee breaks?
He said, "Did y'all get coffee breaks?
We get coffee breaks.
Yeah, you ain't getting no more. Whatever the fuck they was getting, Mountain Dew, Pepsi. But what happened, though, man?
So they like, go to break. So I went out to my car, and then they called me. And I was like, I didn't answer the phone, so I tried to get back in the building. We got scanned in, and my scan card wouldn't work. So I'm trying to buzz in. I'm like, hold on, something ain't right. Then I hit the buzzer for security to come open the door. He act like he didn't know me. I'm like, nigga, you just watched me walk out. Like, so yeah, it is what it is. I ain't tripping. I was about to quit that job anyway. Got me in there.
You can't fire me, I quit.
Yeah.
That's what niggas always say. I was gonna quit anyway.
I was.
But he really was. Shout out to the homies Rich Harvest. They in Atlanta right now doing the show. They took the road trip early this morning. I had to hit up my nigga Illy Octane, a.k.a. Tyron. I told him this morning, watch out for pandas and AIDS. That's like the shit you gotta, like, you get Atlanta, you gotta watch out for that shit designer be talking about with it. I don't even know how that nigga, I got bros in Atlanta, all that shit. But in addition to that, they said that you can get AIDS down there from a strong wind. I'm sick. So look, I had to tell my nigga to be careful. So shout out to him, Tracy, Bills, S.A., whoever else down there. Tracy, you put up that fucking picture, look like a cartoon. We couldn't decipher who was who.
I couldn't tell who that was.
Man, I felt like I was part of some fucking kind of trick or something, some kind of game.
Look at it and see if the illusion had changed. Look at it long enough. What do you see?
Hell yeah, man. I saw a motherfucking panda. Shit, you look at that picture long enough, you see a goddamn panda. Like I said, it's going to be a fantastic show, though, man. We promise that always, each and every time, because that's just what we do. Being that it's impromptu, we didn't get a lot of time to promote, a lot of time to tell y'all what was going on with the world and shit. So it's going to be a lot of improvisation, and we might not be up here as long as we usually are, but that's not for you to worry about. That's not your concern. Okay? But I just text Bryce, and I told Bryce need a CNI dog. My nigga Keith told me, man, like, shout out to Bryce, man, but you gotta hold this nigga hand so he can wipe his ass. Shout out to Bryce. He did a stand up last week. He did a stand up set at House of Champions. Shout out to House of Champions boxing gym. He did a stand up set up there last week. He did a stand up set that made me upset. He hey, I'm gonna tell you, man. We are me, Bo, and Bryce. We do stand up comedy.
But we laughing now, though.
Yeah.
So it's like a delayed comedy.
Hell yeah. Like, we wasn't laughing last.
No.
Well, I was dying.
For different reasons.
Bryce, my nigga, so I would not release the footage unless we start rap beefing. Then I'm bringing that bullshit out the archive.
Then we leaking that shit.
Then we leaking that shit like a sex tape. Look, hey, my nigga, we went up there, meet him on the side to go see some of the sweet science and for the intermission entertainment. I had suggested they bring the homie up there, Bryce. And when he came up there, man, I looked at him. He looked like a deer in headlights. He looked like he wanted to say help, but he had too much pride to say help. So I asked him, like, Bryce, you gonna do it? Yeah. Long story short, he go up there, and I don't know if y'all ever saw the meltdown that Michael Richards, the nigga who played Kramer and Seinfeld had, but it was almost like that. It was a meltdown. Bryce got the snapping going off of motherfuckers. At one point, he went as far to ask when had her father had sex with a pit bull. We were at a boxing match. There were women and children in the crowd. And Bryce and that motherfucker, he lost his composure. I had to tell him, though, that happened to everybody. All can go through that.
I'm still waiting on mine, then.
And all you got to do is just hope it ain't as bad as Bryce was.
Hey, but I can guarantee this much, though. If I ever on stage and I get to the point where I'm there, first thing I'm going to say is, have you ever fucked a pit bull?
Hey, shout out to Bryce, man. We ain't going into that unless you get out of line. Listen, this is my threat voice. Look, nigga, you got one time to get out of line, and that motherfucking tape goes public.
Yeah, nigga.
Everybody sees it. We not playing no games with you, little nigga. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. He did his thing, though, man. He tried, and that's all you can ask for. He did, and it was impromptu, so it wasn't something he planned for, so it's really not his fault. He tried.
What was that side for? I believe as a stand-up, you should always have something in store, and if that don't work, go back to one of your routines that you got laughs for. But I do give him credit because he was sitting in the middle of the ring on a stool, and...
Hey, first off, though, when he sat on that stool,
man,
listen.
I mean, y'all had to see it. It was in the middle of the ring. He sat on that stool, and it's like, damn, look at all that ass. It just like, it sits there. The stool was lucky last week. He was like a ring girl.
Hey, I ain't on that fat shit to Steve. I'm just gonna be honest with y'all. That ass was fat. And I don't want y'all to confuse this shit because ain't nothing fruity about me, but real eyes tell real eyes. And I saw what I saw. But no, all jokes aside though, man, he got in there, he did his thing. If fucking up was his thing. Moving along. Shout out to the homie. I'm glad that you got fired though, man. I'm glad because I'll be needing that motherfucking balance here for EXO, man. She be up here going hard.
Trying to. But on another note with Bryce though, don't forget he's doing a stand up, and it this Wednesday coming up at Morty's. So come out and support your boy. I'm for sure he's gonna be ready for that because it's the quarterfinals.
Yeah, it's the quarterfinals, and this just to show that he is a funny nigga. He got here because he won the earlier round.
Yeah.
So he's not no bum ass nigga. He just had a bad night.
Yeah, he had a bad night. He wasn't ready for that. But yeah, just come out and support him this Wednesday coming up.
Yeah, he in the semifinals. And it's gonna take for everybody to come out, get her little votes or whatever, and get the homie. If he win, he got potential to host like a half-hour show, which is impossible because he fucking can't. He ain't got no personality. He can't captivate a crowd that long. But we love you. Moving along, man. We had a discussion last week. We was in here last Saturday talking about the playoffs, and I was adamant in my beliefs that Golden State was gonna win. And as a man, it hurts me to come back here and say they lost. Because I'm a man of pride. and I must say this. I call LeBron James the greatest role player ever. And I must admit again, I was wrong again. The way he played, he re-solidified himself to be as an all-time elite. I don't know exactly where the fuck he ranked. And I tell people all the time, man, LeBron James, when he retired, he gonna have the weakest fucking highlight reel ever. He gonna have like 6 hard dunks.
That's it.
And I'm
I know I can agree with you on that because I felt the same way. It was like neither one of them was my team, but when Cleveland won, that hurt. Like I don't know why, but that really hurt deep down. But I can say, in my opinion, we watched LeBron go from a boy to a man because he took his level of play from game. Game 5 until game 7. He took it to a whole new level where, like most people knew, people always say you hating on him, but they don't really be hating. It be like people see that potential in him that he don't be displaying, but he displayed it in the last, when they went down 3-1, he displayed it in the last 3 games by just taking over the game from scoring to getting blocks at key moments. And it was just, like, all you can say is wow.
Wow.
Like,
wow. Like I said, you're going to have the worst highlight tape ever, but fuck them highlights. He going to have some good shit because he done made some just key defensive plays. Like, his blocks are like epic highlights from when he chased Reggie Miller, little half Cheryl ass down and pinned this shit on the backboard to when he fucking... and Andre Iguodala is a fucking former dunk contest winner. I don't understand why he didn't try to dunk. But LeBron James flew through the fire and pinned that shit
above the square.
Yeah, it was unfair, man. I know that nigga on steroids, cause don't no normal niggas jump that fucking hard. But the fact of the matter is this: the nigga kept his fucking poise, and they came back from 3-1. People try to deny people didn't want Golden State to win because they didn't want to see them be the best team ever, record wise. So it was like people was on both sides of the fence who they was going for. They didn't want LeBron to win, and they didn't want Golden State to win. They wanted everybody to die in Game 7.
Dang.
But down 3-1, all odds against you. You got to play 2 of those, final 3 games on the road.
Yep. In an arena that they only lost 2 games the whole season. And
so I must be fair all across the board. Adam Silver has something to do with this, with the suspension of Draymond. And aside from that, Steph Curry, he jacked. For him to be lauded as he was is one of they crowned him. We crowned him. One of the top players ever. And I've never seen a person of his stature choke like he did. People say, why ain't nobody on him like they on LeBron? The reason why that is, though, because Steph is overachieved. No one thought that Steph Curry be a 2-time MVP and the NBA champion, All-Star, All-NBA. So he's overachieved. He's already surpassed every expectation that was... No one placed any expectations on it. They said he was too small, too slow, wasn't athletic enough. So whatever he does now, he's set in stone no matter what. He ain't got to win another ball game ever again. Right. But when you LeBron James, you count King coming out of high school, it's a whole different animal. Moving along, but...
let me ask you one thing. Do you think LeBron should have got the unanimous MVP?
Nope. Because he deserves part of it.
Right.
But it could have went just 2. And I didn't even know it was unanimous.
It was unanimous. Yeah, that's
okay.
Because
I didn't know that.
After we talked last week and you said you feel like it should be a code. And
yeah.
When they said unanimous, I was like, well...
I was shocked.
Kyrie should at least got 1 vote. If not, got the code. Because he stepped his game up too. Because, when you go into the playoffs and you get, like you said, you got Curry and all they talking about it, back-to-back MVPs, world champion. Even in the Western Conference Finals, that's all they talking about was Curry. And you see what Westbrook did to him until Game 7. Then Kyrie, I've seen Kyrie play, but I wasn't like a fan of his until Kyrie showed out. Like, Kyrie took his game, probably, I ain't gonna say to another level because I haven't really paid no attention like that, but he outplayed Steph. even though Steph was getting like decent numbers,
Man, he outplayed.
He outplays